Well, howdy, folks. How's it going today? I hope everybody's doing really good. Well, I'm just cleaning the benches off here in the shop, and I just realized that this is video number 600 on this channel. That is absolutely mind-blowing to me, honestly, but it's your fault out there. You guys are the ones that kept me going. I've been doing this a little over a year and a half now, and prior to that, I did have a bunch of my friends that were urging me to start a channel. They thought it would be a hit or whatever, so I kind of put that off. I really didn't even know how to go about it, honestly. So eventually, I shot a couple videos and uploaded them to YouTube. I thought it'd be funny, figured my buddies would get a kick out of it, and that would have been it, you know. And I really didn't think it all the way through and, realize that other people around the world could watch these same videos. And I started getting subscribers, comments, questions. I was just dumbfounded. I honestly was kind of scared. I didn't even know what to do. So I still don't, I guess. But eventually I just kind of conceded and I would just set the camera up. I do it with my cell phone. Pretty low budget here, but I would set the, camera up and just hit record and do what I always do on the bench and just kind of talk to the camera like it was someone standing beside me. And that was really the vibe that I was going after. Same with guitar lessons. I wanted it to feel like he was just sitting across, from me in a chair or what have you. So, like you said, eventually I just kept getting more people coming and more questions. And, that's really how these videos kind of bloomed into what it is. So I really do appreciate that. And again, it's your fault out there. You guys are the ones that kind of kept me going, if you will. So I didn't have nothing planned today as usual. So I think what we'll do is we'll take a look at some of the guitars that I'm messing with right now. And maybe, I don't know, let's take a walk to the studio and go treasure hunting for a little bit. All right, let's get going. All right, well, we got a Martin on the bench here that I'm messing with. This is a Martin D1 acoustic. Spruce top, mahogany back and sides. It's double bound. Rosewood board, bridge. And a couple big cracks behind the bridge here, as you can see. Go all the way to the back of the body. So those were repaired before once, but they had opened back up. So I pumped some fish glue down in there and, hooked them back together. And I'm going to put a few cleats in there as well underneath. So it will hopefully hold it together and not come apart again. This one's all cleaned up now. I do have video of when I started working on this, and it was a real mess. There was like green mold on the fretboard even. Really nasty stuff. It's nice and clean now though, and it's all hooked back together like I said, so should be good to go. There was another crack here by the fretboard extension. I am going to put a little bit more in that one. I've got two coats of fish glue pumped into these other ones. It should work out well. We'll get some strings on it pretty soon. I thought about maybe recrowning the frets on it too. There's some pretty good string grooves in this. My buddy that owns this plays his guitars until they basically fall apart, so he plays a lot of guitar too. And we got this Ibanez Destroyer here. This one belongs to me. This is a recent acquisition. I did some work for one of the viewers. Goes by the handle Gunslinger on the YouTube platform. And I did work on 4 of his guitars. We worked a deal out on this one. He knew I really wanted one of these, and I was basically chomping at the bit when I first saw it. It's a pretty clean example too. The nut slots were a little low, so I shimmed them up. I was going to shim the nut up itself, but it's all lacquered in there, and I really didn't want to cut that lacquer out, so I just did some drop fills with super glue. If you guys need to drop fill a nut or anything, these work pretty good. It's a excuse me, a liquid super glue pen. So let me pop the cap off here. All right, so it's got this tip on it, which is valve action. So when you push down on this tip, it allows glue to come out of the pen itself. So on a nut slot, it's pretty handy because you can put that little tip right in the nut slot and just kind of push down on it, and not a ton of glue comes out. It's really just enough to fill the slot in, and it doesn't make a huge mess. I've been doing that little procedure for a couple months now. Figured I'd try it, and it seems to work out really well. Easy to accurately get the glue in there without having a ton of it come out at once. Now you could use gel too, but I like this. It dries pretty quick, so I can get right back to work. So I just wanted to show you guys this. I get this at the dollar store by the looks of it, but it works well. This is pretty cool. I just dug this out the other day. Now this was a serving tray that was at the 6th annual record conference here. Really thick too, and it's really heavy duty. My uncle came across this at a garage sale and picked it up for me, and it's in really clean shape. So the record conferences, you would have all the major record labels attending, as you can see. They must have had some sort of party, served food on it. I don't know if they gave these to the people that attended or not. But in any case, it's really clean and really cool, and I've never seen another one like it. So pretty happy to have that. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but we'll figure something out. There's a pile of portable record players there. I'll show you what I did with some of those in a minute. Okay, we're in the studio. This is what I was doing with the portable record players, is making, overdrive and fuzz pedals out of them. So that's what this is. This is the first one I made. Obviously, you'd put your 45 or your 33.5 on there and play them. I figured, well, it played music. They're probably not going to get used again, so now they're going to make music. That was the first fuzz circuit that I come up with. And I'm going to plug that in sometime, and you guys can check that out. It's really, really cool. It's a great sounding fuzz for sure. This is what's on the pedal board right now. Pretty sparse, pretty unorganized, but that's how this one is. I'm always switching stuff out, so great pedal right there, Flashback 4. That belongs to my friend Dan. Let me use it. That's a good reverb pedal if you guys ever see one of those. Try Reverb Baby Boom. The company's called Bai Yang, I believe. That's my first pedal. I've had that. Man, I've probably had that since I was like 13. Still works. It's been submerged in water too, and still works. Alright, I got guitar cases pulled out and piled up. I'm trying to get up in those shelves right there and see what I have for goodies. Okay, these boxes on this shelf, I'm pretty sure that's where the rest of these record player platters are. Okay, here's another pedal that I made. That's a record player platter. This is a fuzz too, but it's got a switch in the middle, which I can't remember if that... I think I got it so it'll switch between these LEDs or diodes. Yeah, that's how it works. One of them, when the switch is one way, it's one diode, and when you switch it the other way, it's both. So basically, you get more crunch with both. I made these bottom covers for these two out of some aluminum ABS plastic laminate, all by hand. I'm going to keep this one out, and we'll do a sound test with that one too. This one's all functional, so I got two of them built right now. I've got a couple more almost all done. I can't find them. I must have them stashed somewhere. So I think there's a dark brown one, maybe a black one. I remember I put the tone pot and volume pot in both of them, and the jacks and the power supply jack. But I just needed to come up with a circuit to put in there, which I will if I can find them. Here's a cool find. I forgot about this one. This is the K fuzz tone. I think this is circa like 1967. Really cheap. It was made from like a child's toy factory or something. It's all plastic. It's got a foot treadle on it like a wire pedal. But what that does, it actually adds more fuzz when you push down on it. And when you roll it back, it takes some of the fuzz away. You have to manually turn the fuzz on with a slider switch. It's got a rubber pad on the bottom. Really funky, but that one's in really good shape. If you are familiar with the band U2, the Edge used one of them on the tune Elevation. I'm pretty sure that's the intro to the song, and he's using one of those. So, you don't see them around a lot. They did make some other variations of these too. I remember there was a blue one. This one's the orange one's the fuzz always, so. But there is another pedal I think they made. I'll have to look it up. I've seen those K pedals go for $500 to $700 used. I don't know what they're going for now, but that was quite a while ago. Let's see what we got in this bag. Okay, we got a Boss flanger. Looks like an older one. Not exactly sure. This is a Taiwan one, so it's not super old. It's it would be Japan. But it's got some age to it, though, definitely. That's been around a long time in the pedal aisle, let's just say. Well, let's see what else we got here. Okay, now there's a flashback. I forgot all about these. These were the first pedals that I made, some of them. This was the fourth one. These were made out of electrical boxes and light switch covers. These are both boost pedals. Or at least this one is, I know. And I made that from old stuff that I salvaged out of some old clock radios, and it's got like Russian capacitors in it, them old silver caps there. I can't remember the name of them now, but I'm gonna have to get that one out in service too. And we got another one right here. All right, I think this is the boost pedal, and I think this is I think this is an overdrive, maybe. Or maybe I added a tone knob. This is just a one knob wonder. Looks like an ice cream sandwich almost, huh? There we go, number one. All right, we'll have to plug that in sometime too. I need to get back into building pedals again. That's a really fun thing to do. It's really rewarding, actually, at the end of the day, because when they work, when they don't work, it's not that fun. But when you get one, that you build and it works great, it's a pretty cool feeling. This is a pretty cool pedal. BBE Soul Vibe. Does kind of like a Hendrix thing. Almost like a phase, almost, I think. It's been a while. Rotary simulator. It doesn't sound like a rotary speaker to me at all. It's different. You got a DS1 here. Them are a legend there for sure. A lot of guys hated them, but if I remember right, that's really not that far off from a tube screamer circuit. I might keep this one out too. There's some mods you can do to these that are very simple that will change that pedal immensely, so that'd be a good video to do. There's a lot of these out there, so we'll see. I'll put it on the bench and put it on the list. Oh, we got a Diodario pedal tuner. Got a big window on it too. That's pretty cool. Maybe I should add that to the board as well. I think I have a, I don't know what I get on there, TC or something for a pedal tuner on my board. I'll have to look. These are a good wah pedal, volume pedal too. I've had this for a long time. That's on my pedal board right now, but those are worth picking up if you see them in good shape. Ibanez Rock and Play RP50. If I remember right, you could slow this down, like play music through it and slow it down, maybe. I have the owner's manual for it, actually. I'll have to dig it out and relive the rock and play. Alright, here's another pedal that I forgot about. And I remember I plugged it in. Azor is the brand, and it's a chorus pedal. It's not a very good pedal. I'm just passing that along. There's a Phase 90 here. As I said before, I'm going to keep a few of these out and exchange them on my pedal board. I may even build another board, and then I can, like mess around with one or the other, or if somebody comes over, I'll at least have another board set up with a few pedals on it. Sonic Cake. These aren't too bad. I've only owned one or two. I think this is a delay here. And it's pretty quiet. It's not, real fizzy and noisy. Seems to work okay. It's really simple to run. Okay, so it's an Echo pedal. This is what it looks like. It's called Echo Rain. Inexpensive, but it does the job. Got a Keeley compressor pedal here. They make very good compression pedals, I will say that. Probably some of the best out there, in my opinion. I don't use compression a ton. I don't even use it on my pedal board usually, but there are times when I will, and this is a good pedal. Electro-Harmonix Glove. This is currently on my pedal board right here. A great overdrive sound. Really tweakable, really useful. And it doesn't hum or hiss or anything like that. It really is clean. You can turn your volume down on your guitar and get some clarity as well. Not every pedal will do that, but these are very, very good. I do recommend these too. Alright, now these are some pedals that I built from kits, DIY kits. This is a clean boost. These are pretty fun. If you're going to start building pedals, this is a good way to get going. And the diagram is pretty simple. They just show you what the part looks like, what the value is, and where to put it on the circuit board. So you really learn, what the parts look like as far as, knowing what a resistor looks like, or a capacitor, an op amp, anything like that. It's a good way to learn and a good way to practice. All you need to do is learn how to solder, basically, and you can make one of these. Here's another one of those DIY kit pedals. Same box, same color, but this one's a compressor. I can't remember what the circuit's based on, but, these are very, very good quality components, and they're not noisy, they don't hiss, they don't hum. Pretty cool. Like I said, it's a fun project if you guys ever want to try doing any, circuit work or learning how to build pedals. I really suggest getting a DIY kit. And again, like, you'll learn the components and what they look like. So when you do, start making your own stuff, or you're looking at a diagram, you'll be able to know what the parts are at least, and how to determine the values and whatnot. So it is a good learning experience. This was another kit pedal that I put together. It's a Klon circuit. I'm not a big Klon guy, to be honest with you. All I really get out of it is like the Boston type sounds, like Tom Schultz. A lot of mid range. This one is modded too by accident. I'll get to that someday too, but this thing is super loud. I mean, you can just barely turn the volume on. You can see the volume's down and the gain's basically down on this one. It is what it is. Some guys love these, some guys, would rather have the tube screamer. I don't know. I'll have to experiment a little more with it. Ooh, I forgot about this one too. This is a Fishman Aura. These are quite a pedal, honestly. To be used with an acoustic guitar is the intention, but, you could plug anything you want into this. Has a ton of different sounds. I think it emulates like 12 string. There you go, jumbo, nylon. Really neat, really heavy too. This thing weighs about 10 pounds. We'll dig this one out and go through it sometime. I'll put it off to the side. Just found a Yo-Yo moist reverb. Yeah, it's okay. I haven't really played this a ton. I think it's got like spring reverb. That's okay. We'll try that one too. Here's a passive volume pedal that I made out of an electrical box. 11922. So basically it's just a volume control, no batteries or anything like that, and you have an in and an out. Pretty handy to have on a board sometimes. You could put it on the, exit side of your board, if you will. So that way you can pump all kinds of signal in and, not use a volume pedal to turn things down. It is useful for that. You could use this in an effects loop too. If you have an amp with an effects loop without a master volume, you can kind of use this in the effects loop like an attenuator. Pretty rugged. It's all metal. Again, we got a light switch cover on there, but it is what it is. I was experimenting. It is useful and it still works, so there's that. Got some pretty cool little mics here. That one's kind of neat. Sure. Can't remember the model, but that one's got some age to it. I think I got some more of these bullet style mics in here. What's this one? That's a Shure too. Cool mic. Alright, we got another one right here too. And this one is a Gaki, I think. This is Japan, I'm pretty sure. Looks like some wires sticking through it. Gaikotsu. This one really sounds nice, if I remember correctly. This is the one I usually would use. The Shure one sounds pretty good too, though. I have some more stuff over there. Some condenser mics, drum mics, direct boxes. I didn't go through all these boxes either, but I just wanted to pull a few of them out so I could change my board out. Get some volume pedals up here. This is a machine right here. Showbud. If you know, you know. Well, let's see. Let's take a walk back here by the drum set. I got some stuff on this shelf there. I'll pull out and see what we got back here. I really kind of lost when it comes to what's in here. There's just stuff piled everywhere, so Let's take a peek. I can see some records back there. That might be a good place to start. This might be harder than I thought. A couple snare drums there. That's a Ludwig. Blackrolite, I think they call them. Bunch of drum rings and hardware. Let's see. That's a good one. Brian May and Friends. Eddie Van Halen played on that record. Right, let's see. Yeah, they dedicated a song to Eric Clapton because they were both Eric Clapton fans, and I heard he didn't like it. Right there, Edward Van Halen, Alan Gratzer, Phil Chen, Fred Mandel. Yeah. Here's one for you. Thumbs Carlisle. All thumbs. Now, he played the guitar on his lap like Jeff Healey. Used a thumb pick. This guy could rip. He was no joke, I'm telling you. I don't know if there's any video footage of him playing. I'm going to really try to search some of that out. I heard about him back in the 80s and somehow got a cassette or something like that of him, and my dad had one. I thought this guy was just insane, especially the way he played. Playing big jazz and bop chords and, bop lines. Amazing fast, too. So check him out if you've never heard of him. Oh, we got some Zeppelin bootlegs here. Let's dig a couple of them out. All right, Led Zeppelin live in Seattle, 73 tour. And this is trademark quality. I can't remember what they called that. Something Flying Pig Records or something like that. But they were recording concerts live and cutting vinyl records. That was a big deal back then. People did not like that. The bands, I should say. Live in Japan. Cellar full of noise. Really cool artwork on these, too. I think that was maybe 1970 when they were in Japan. Honestly, can't remember. Eastern Front. Really cool vinyl. These are clean, too. There's a clean one. Hal Lone Pine. Coast of Maine. That's an extremely good shape. Well, it's got some water stain there, it looks like. I know the vinyl was really clean. That happens with these old jackets. They get wet. All right, Willie Hutch. Let's look at that one. This is the first record that I got in my life. The very first record that I obtained. My uncle gave me this, and he said it was pretty good, and I've kept it since then. I've had this since I was probably 13. There's a great version of Stormy Monday on here. Willie Hutch was a good player, too. Willie Hutch, Concert in Blues. Check that out. There is a guy on YouTube that's uploaded his vinyl copy of this record. I don't know if there's any CD or good clean copies of it anywhere available, but that's worth a listen in itself. The first track, too. No, the second track. I finally made the headlines. Really good tune. What record collection would be complete without The Girl from Ipanema? Pretty cool record. I think this one's... Is that mono? I can't tell. I think it's stereo, yeah. Okay, here's some more Maine stuff. So the best of Woody Woodman recorded live at Dick Stacy's Plaza and Lounge. And this one's signed, too, by the guys. All the players signed it. So anyway, here's the lineup. Dick Stacy's was a local watering hole And they used to have this thing called Stacy's Jamboree. And it would be on live television, I think. I'm pretty sure it was live. And you would see some funny stuff on there. People singing tunes, and it was a riot. It was like Maine legend for a long time. They finally tore the place down, but that's where that record was recorded, live at Dick Stacy's. If you're from Maine and around the Bangor area, you'll know. Coltrane, greatest hits. Another fine record right there. You can learn a lot of guitar licks off that stuff. Here's some more Zeppelin bootlegs. Check this one out, live on Blueberry Hill. That was recorded in California, I'm quite sure. Kind of risky, kind of psychedelic artwork here. There's the blimp. This is a good listen though. I don't think the quality's, like soundboard. Yeah, it could be. I'd have to listen to it again. It's been a long time since I've listened to this, but I remember they were on that night and played a good show. Okay, here's another Zeppelin bootleg. I don't know what it's from. I'll have to dig it out and see what it is. Well, the vinyl's not marked either, so I really don't know what this is. I'll have to give that one a listen too. Good set list. And here's another one of these Blueberry Hill records. It's in a different color. That's not uncommon. They would print these. It's just a paper insert. They would sometimes glue them to the record or tape them there. Double album. Is this Dino discs, I believe? Ditto. Yeah, I mean, there was not really companies, but there was kind of companies running these bootleg operations too. So some of the records do have labels. Now this one's really funky. Instead of the title Presence, you guys know the record called Presence. This one's called Persistence. These look like dudes dressed up in women's clothes, maybe. And they got the blimp on fire over their house in the background. Let's look at the back cover. Alright, so we got a bunch of people standing around looks like a coffin made of ice. Yeah, really bizarre. Rune Dog. So there's, a company, an underground company that was printing records illegally. Some more Coltrane. That's a good record too. Pretty clean. Alright, what do we got here? The Genius of Art Tatum. Piano player, right? This is a promo. So they would send these to record companies and they'd stamp them. They'd even take a whole stack of records and cut a notch into them with a saw, hand saw or whatnot. You'd see the jacket with a notch in it, pretty much telling you that it's not new and they couldn't sell it and make money. Nice clean Ray Charles record. I loved all that old Ray stuff. Very well done. Another classic, Elvin Bishop, Strutting My Stuff. Good guitar player. There's a great line in that tune. Good guitar hook. Really cool. Roy Buchanan pretty much speaks for itself. He was something else. Okay, here we have a promotional Rolling Stones record. Miss You. There's a couple versions on this. It's two-sided, and wasn't radio play. It's a different sax solo, I think, on this, and It's extended, so pretty rare. Pretty clean, too. Alright, I think I told you guys the story about when I was at the flea market a long time ago. I filled the back of my pickup with boxes of vinyl records. There was a vendor there set up, and they were selling records, and they were going to move and take their stuff out of there, so I cut a deal with them, filled my truck for $15. The first box of records I looked through when I got home, I found this. Lord Sutch and Heavy Friends. Jimmy Page, John Bonham, Jeff Beck, Noel Redding, Nicky Hopkins. So there's David Sutch, or Screaming Lord Sutch, standing in front of his Union Jack car. So he was like trying to get into government or something over there. He knew some rock royalty, obviously. And he got these guys to play on a record that he did, and he sang on it. It's not that bad. I mean, the tunes you hear with Bonham and Page, it just sounds like Zeppelin with a different singer. They're kind of hokey, some of them, as far as the lyrics go, but they're definitely rocking, and you can immediately tell it's Bonham just by the sound of the drums. And Jimmy, too, as well. Pretty cool stuff. If you've never listened to this, you want to check this out. It's kind of cool. Some cool songs on there. That's a really good double album right here. Best of Chicago Blues. Jimmy Cotton, Jimmy Wells, Otis Spann, Buddy Guy, Big Walter Horton, Johnny Young, Homesick James, J.B. Hutto. Cool. That's a good one. I want to give that one a listen, I think, here. Right off. There's some good tunes on there. Old school. Average White Band, Cut the Cake. Another classic. What a cool album cover. Get some Wes. Charlie Bird, Birdland. These are all great listening records, definitely. I'm going to dig my record player out. I'm inspired. I haven't heard these for a long time. And it's cool just to listen to vinyl, too, as well. There's another Charlie Bird. The Stroke of Genius. Really cool. Really clean, too. That one's still got the plastic on it. I do have some cool records. I gotta dig those out. There's a lot of good stuff that I can't really get to right now, so I know I've got like Julian Bream and some monster guitar players on vinyl. Found this laying up there as well. Drink coaster from the Sea Dog. G.E. Smith. Autograph. I'll have to set that over there out of the way. Oh, there's stuff everywhere here. It's time to clean it all out again. Try to reorganize. I'm just running out of space. Still looking for those other fuzz pedals too, and I can't find them. I'm gonna have to do some recon here and see if I can dig around and find the box they're in. I think I stashed them somewhere and probably forgot, so I guess that's going to be it for today, folks. I could keep going here for hours, but I do get tired after a while, so thanks for tagging along. Thanks for keeping this interesting for me as well. Hopefully I'm doing the same for you folks. And that's what we'll do. We'll just keep going along the way we've been going. And everybody can enjoy it, hopefully. Well, thanks again. We'll see you guys real soon. Be good. Okie doke.